Why strength training matters more after 40. So let's be honest, strength training matters for adults at any age, but it matters even more after you're 40 years old. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm Lee Brewer. Come visit me at LeeBrewerFitness.com. Check out my online program for women in midlife, especially women in perimenopause and menopause. It's called the Midlife Reset. So if you're interested, I'm giving away a free month between now and Labor Day. So definitely come check me out. So strength training matters after 40 years old, and it matters for muscle, metabolism, bone health, and everyday strength. Obviously, these are all things that are super important as we age, especially with women. So a lot of what I'm going to talk about matters for everyone after 40, but I'm definitely going to talk a lot more about how it affects women after 40 because of the changes that happen going through perimenopause and menopause. So muscle becomes more important because as we get older and our hormone profile changes, especially through perimenopause and menopause for women, your hormone profile changes. And what happens is your body starts to pare down muscle a lot faster. So as you get older, you will lose muscle faster unless you give your body a reason to hold on to that muscle. And the reason to hold on to that muscle would be strength training. So you have to give your body a signal to hold on to that muscle, or else it will start to pare down the muscle and you will lose muscle. And there's lots of negative effects that come from losing muscle. So it becomes very difficult to hold on to that muscle without strength training. So it helps. So we want to make sure we preserve what we already have, but we also want to make sure that we build more muscle as well. So the goal is not simply weight loss, it's maintaining lean muscle as a part of staying strong and capable. So it's not just about weight loss, it's not just about wanting to look better. Obviously, that's a big part of it, but you want to make sure that you stay strong and you stay capable through midlife. So that way, as you get through your later years, you're staying capable of taking care of yourself and doing daily functions. So you want to think beyond the calorie burn when it comes to your workouts. I did a video on this. The last video I did, I talked about this quite a bit. So when you're thinking about trying to lose body fat, get stronger, you don't want to think about calorie burn in your workouts. You want to think about trying to build muscle and get stronger during your workouts. And as I said, you're giving your body a reason to maintain and build active muscle tissue. This helps your metabolic rate. So this, you want to lose body fat, you need to speed up your metabolic rate. And you speed up your metabolic rate by building more muscle. You don't increase your metabolic rate by doing lots of cardio, which, doing cardio is fine. It's good for it's good for endurance. It's good for heart health. It's good for your lungs. But you're not going to speed up your metabolic rate by doing that. You speed up your metabolic rate by building muscle. Focus on getting stronger over time. So instead of focusing on calorie burn in your workouts, focus on getting stronger during your workouts. If you're getting stronger, chances are you are building muscle. So very important that you want to kind of change your mindset from thinking about calorie burn to doing the right things to build muscle. So some of the things that strength supports as we age, bone health, super important, especially for women. Once you get into perimenopause and menopause, your chances of osteopenia and osteoporosis go way up. One of the best ways to prevent osteopenia and osteoporosis is by strength training. You want to be doing strength load bearing exercises to help put stress on the bones, to make sure that your bones stay dense and healthy. The odds of a woman getting osteopenia or osteoporosis through menopause without strength training are extremely high. So you want to make sure you're being proactive and doing proper strength training every week to help mitigate the chances of osteoporosis and osteopenia. Also, just everyday life, going up and down stairs, carrying groceries, traveling with your kids or grandkids, getting things as simple as getting off the floor and just other daily activities all become easier when you're doing strength training every week. Okay. Also, your independence, as I said earlier, you want to think about, if you're in your mid 40s or mid 50s, you don't have to worry about it so much now, probably, but you want to think about 10 or 20 years from now. You still want to be active. You still want to enjoy life. You still want to spend time with the grandkids. You don't want to be just sitting around unable to do things. You don't want to be able to, you don't want to be unable to get yourself off the floor or just everyday activities. You don't want to go down that route. So, being proactive, during the earlier stages of perimenopause and then menopause definitely helps you later on. You don't need to live in the gym. So one of the things that is a misconception is people think that you have to strength train all the time, 4, 5, 6 days a week. Not true at all. For you to get good results, for most people, doing 2 to 3 strength training exercises, strength training workouts rather, per week is all that most people need to effectively gain muscle. Okay. It's consistency and quality that matters more than training every day. Unless you're doing a specific appropriate workout every day during the week, most people do not need to train every single day. Actually, it's better that you don't. You can walk every day, stuff like that, but you don't want to necessarily be doing strength training every single day. A well-designed program can be very effective to making sure you only need to work out 2 to 3 times a week for maximum gains. So if your workout is designed properly, about 80% of your results will come from just working out twice a week. So remember that you definitely don't need to be in the gym every single day, and just make sure you're progressing. Progress is very important. Progressive overload on your muscles and your bones is what they need to gradually get stronger over time. So you want to focus on making sure that you gradually increase resistance, reps, controller difficulty instead of simply repeating the same workout. You don't want to get in the routine of just doing the same things over and over and over again. Your body adapts really, really fast. So you want to give your body a reason to continue to adapt. So you want to make sure you're increasing volume over time to make sure that you're giving your body a reason to adapt and to continue to get stronger. Okay. So make strength training the foundation of what you're doing. So when you're looking at getting stronger, muscle health, bone health, metabolic health, strength training needs to be the foundation. Obviously, there's other things involved. There's daily movement, nutrition, sleep, definitely all of those things, super, super important. But when we're just talking about building muscle and bone strength and metabolic rate, strength training is the foundation of all of it. This is what we do in the Midlife Reset. I work with women that are midlife. This program is designed to help build muscle, build bone health, help metabolic rate. And it's a great way to join into a community with other ladies that are going through this same time of life. So definitely please come check me out at LibraFitness.com. I appreciate all of you joining me today. Thanks.